So with that, Amanda is going to share with us today the 2025 Robert Half IT salary survey. Is that proper? Did I say that correct?
Salary guide. Yeah.
Salary guide. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm going to kind of just turn it over to her. I know it's going to be a little interactive back and forth. I love the fact that we have some people from around the country, so this will work out, I think, well to what she
Absolutely.
has planned.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Dale, for the warm introduction, and obviously such a pleasure of mine to be able to speak with everyone here. The number one goal of Robert Half is to get people into jobs and also to save hiring managers time and money by getting people into jobs. So I think it directly correlates with Sim's message and the networking aspect that you guys bring to the table, especially here in the Southeast. Well, a little bit about me. I'm Amanda. Been with Robert Half since 2018. Went to UCF in Central Florida and for advertising and public relations. And since my time at Robert Half, I've sat in every seat possible. So I was a technical recruiter. I was a junior level business development account holder representative. I was a practice director, ran the branch in Orlando, and then now I'm down here running the South Florida branch, which has given me a lot of opportunities to understand different demographics, different industries, different geographical hiring trends. Because what's really big is hiring happens in trends. Take, for example, cybersecurity. Uh, a few, about a month ago, there was a huge CrowdStrike incident that happened where everyone was hiring cybersecurity individuals. So the need for that skill set picks up immediately. Same thing with digital transformation and AI projects. It's being able to understand trends, being able to adapt, as well as being able to understand where your skill set lies and how that can be an asset to another organization. So, what our company has done for the past 60 years is publish a salary guide. The salary guide, um, in my opinion, is better than a Glassdoor representation of salary expectations because it goes into a lot more depth of information regarding hiring. So, trends, unemployment rates, what hiring managers are looking for, benefits, time frames of hiring, urgency. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go through a quick presentation that I have that just goes ahead and synopsizes what is housed in our salary guide. Our salary guide is currently active, but as an internal tool for the time being, because we are working through getting all of the data published and we're basically troubleshooting it. We're QAing it right now. So it's almost in a beta sense. But the go live for it is October 7th. So all of the links that are at the end of the presentation will be live for everyone to access on October 7th. Okay? Awesome. So give me just a moment so I can go ahead and share my screen. And if I could just get confirmation once it is shared. And in the meantime, whoever feels comfortable unmuting, who has seen a Robert Half salary guide before?
Nobody. That's interesting.
Yep. Zach here. I've seen it. I believe the 2025 for Canada is live.
It is live. Yeah, 2025 for Canada has been live for, I think, 2 weeks now. So that's amazing. I am working on getting the correct screen up for everyone. So thank you for your patience.
Welcome, Chris.
Let me know what you're looking at. Do you have the full PowerPoint in front of you or do you
Yes.
have the split screen in front of you?
We have the full one. We have the
Okay.
hiring and comp trends.
Beautiful. So this is a quick presentation that we were able to put together with just some insights. Obviously, this is my LinkedIn picture. So if you guys click the link or type in my name on LinkedIn, this is going to be the picture that you're going to want to find for me. So regarding our salary methodology, to arrive at our figures, we use a comprehensive data-driven process that includes a few things. Real-world salaries for professionals that Robert Half has matched with employers across the country. We also factor in extensive job posting data from third-party sites that we use to independently validate the salary ranges. In addition, we analyze the salary record for every role at each percentile using state-of-the-art AI tools to help ensure the highest degree of accuracy possible. The ranges in South Florida are not going to be the same in Gainesville which are not going to be the same in Savannah, which are not going to be the same in Asheville. So it's important to us that as we're publishing this information as being word of God regarding our salary guide, we're staying accurate in the geographical ranges. Workers also use these figures to understand today's market and gauge their earning potential. A lot of my clients, what they do, not only during budgeting season every October when they reach out to me expecting the salary guide, they're also saying, hey, as I'm approaching my year end and my year end review, how can I renegotiate my salary range for a raise? And this is a great tool, not only for clients, but for candidates alike to go ahead and have those tough conversations. So today, what we'll cover, we'll trends in hiring and compensation, the hiring market for technology, benefits and perks. I kind of skipped over for this as the salary guide does get published. If you find benefit in reviewing benefit trends, feel free to go ahead and access that portion of the guide. And then we'll leave it open for a Q&A, and I'll do a quick demo for you because it is a website, interactive website that it's all determining on how much information you put in is the information that you get out. So I'll do a quick demo of the website so everyone knows how to grab that. All right. So in 2025, employers, 2025 is weird. It presents employers with a complex hiring landscape. Employers are facing skill shortages, difficulty.
You went on mute, Amanda. Your microphone shut off. Am I the only one that can't hear her?
I can't hear her either.
Okay. Amanda?
Wave to her, maybe? She probably can't see it.
Yes.
There you go.
Yep. I muted her and then I asked her to unmute, and I knew that would pop up on her screen. So nope, we can't hear you yet, Amanda.
Her headset probably died.
We lost you about 45 seconds ago. Technology, we all know it. It's great when it works. Try the other headset. Hasn't come back yet. Now your video looks frozen. You know, I'm looking out my window. It's not storming here yet.
Nope.
Nope.
Give me
Wait,
1 second, folks.
there you go. We had you.
Had you for a sec. Now you're muted.
So once I get the contract.
There you go.
1 second.
Yep, no problem.
I've been doing this for 8 months now. And hoping it's
Can all relate. Tim's nice enough to still have my background up. Thank you, Tim. For those who didn't get to watch it live, I will repost on my YouTube channel. Tim and I had a episode on my podcast last night of Dabble Tech Talk. We talked about trends and challenges in project management. So as soon as I finish editing that video tonight, I'll post that today or tomorrow. Thank you, Tim.
my only vegetables.
And,
Anything now?
yep, you're back.
Oh, there was another guy. No.
Unfortunately, I can't hear you all. So what I'm going
No.
to do is I'm just going to go ahead and continue with my computer, but I'm going to dial in from my cell phone for my
Good
audio.
idea.
Okay,
Yep.
everyone. So just hang tight.
Good idea. Yeah, for those not in Southeast Florida, it did storm here earlier on our coast today, but Zach is over on the other coast, and I used to live in Naples when Hurricane Irma came through. So I was living on both coasts at the time. I had my house in Naples, and I was renting over here in Fort Lauderdale, and I left Fort Lauderdale because Irma was supposed to hit this side. As I was driving across what we fondly call Alligator Alley here, Irma shifted, and the eye of Irma Cat 5 storm passed right over my house in Naples. It was pretty horrific / amazing at the same time.
Yep, I remember that very well as well. We had some flooding at our locations, and it was yeah, I think we had a site on generator for days.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah, it was pretty tough.
Having lived in the Northeast most of my adult life, up until about the age of 41, I can attest that I will take our storms down here over snow 7 days a week and twice on Sundays. You dialed in yet, Amanda? You got the numbers? I know you can't hear me. Let me make sure I sent her the numbers.
So Dale, I know you're recording this. How do we find that? I don't know that I've seen past ones recorded, so I didn't know if that only goes to attendees or how that works.
Well, this actually is the first time for Sim South that we've ever recorded one, and it was only because of what Amanda was doing.
Okay.
So I can either send this out, like you said, to the attendees. Most likely, I will probably put it on the, as long as I'm allowed to, I'll probably put it out on the Sim MIT LinkedIn group, of which, if you're not a member, make sure you join. And that's a national LinkedIn group. Can you hear us now?
Excellent.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
And we can see your presentation.
And we can see the presentation. So yes.
Listen, there's always a plan B, right?
Absolutely.
As long as you guys are okay with me looking like I am conducting serious business meetings on a cell phone.
Exactly. Yeah. Do start this slide over again, because this is where we lost you.
Yeah, no worries. So this is going to be the snapshot of the national hiring market right now. The national unemployment rate in August of 2024 was 4.2%. A year ago, that figure was 3.8%. So there's an increase, and that's due to in part to more workers participating in the labor market, and could be a signal that the market is cooling. However, the current rate is still extremely low from a historical standpoint. There are still more job openings than there are available workers to take them. So the unemployment rate for workers in a college degree is even lower than that, being at 2.5% in August, which is extremely important to note. Right now, there's currently 7.7 million job openings, which is down from a year ago. One reason for that is going to be the number of vacancies. Is that the employee quit level right now is 3.3 million, down from 3.8 million. So fewer professionals are leaving their jobs each month than were doing so in the last year. Employers need to know their hiring game, yet many firms are slow to do so, which jeopardizes productivity and revenue and risks the loss of skilled talent to competitors. This entire snapshot right here goes ahead and bottlenecks pent-up demand, could signal an approach for an uptick in hiring very soon. So the next slide, we're going to go into more of the salary trends, the technology trends, and what we're seeing right now in the market.
Hey, Amanda, can I dive in with a quick question there?
Hit me.
You said total unemployment is 4.2, but you threw out a 2.5 number. What was that number?
That's unemployment of college degreed professionals.
Okay, thank you.
And also what's important to note with those numbers is they seem high. That seems like, hey, I think I can find a candidate in this market, or, X, Y, and Z. I think it's really important to note that is for every position in the United States. That's not diving positions. When we dive further into technology positions, they're closer to that 2.5 number, because the majority of IT professionals are going to be college degreed professionals. And highly specialized candidates are even further below that number. Some of the stats that I have for the last month: 1.2% unemployment for computer and information systems managers, 2.2 database administrators, 2.7 web developers, 3.7 software developers,
and 4.0 for the entry-level help desk professionals. So all IT positions are going to be sub-national average because of the highly skilled labor that's necessary in today's technology world. Okay. So talking about salary levels, the roles that we can see the largest increase with are crucial to advancing key initiatives and requiring specialized skills. At the same time, 88% of workers say that they're concerned about inflation rising faster than salaries. According to hiring managers right now, 44% say that candidates are more likely to try to negotiate salary right now than a year ago today. It's definitely a candidate-driven market at the very moment. 48% of managers anticipate ongoing difficulty meeting candidate salary expectations. So when the gap between expectation and offer is too great, many employers negotiate extras like hybrid work options, flexible work schedules, something to help sweeten the pot, seal the deal, and get the candidate in the door to start working, especially in Southeast Florida. We have a huge migrant of individuals from the Northeast coming down to the Southeast for a lot of a myriad of reasons, but cost of living down here is up, I think, 7.8% in the last 12 months. So as we're taking this information to our hiring managers, or if we're talking to candidates to bring in as FTEs in the next year, it's really important to go ahead and today have these conversations with your finance department to go ahead and budget out what is accurate to get skilled talent in the door. Any questions on that before I move on, Dale?
Nope, all good. If anybody's got any questions, feel free
Beautiful.
to raise your hand and I'll see it in the chat.
Yeah, feel free to interrupt me as well. There's a lot of information in here, guys. So another trend that we're seeing right now is an extended hiring process. A lot of clients right now are dealing with multi-round interviews, technical screens, thorough background checks. That's all aiding a lot to risk of identifying top talent. What I do for a living, working in staffing, not only do I work in staffing project-based labor, but I also do contract to hire labor and direct hire labor. It takes approximately 5 to 6 weeks to fill a direct hire position, going through a company's internal HR hiring process. There's a lot of red tape that needs to happen. There's a lot of rounds of interviews, and having to get a C-suite individual to put their stamp of approval on a candidate, we're losing candidates left and right to other opportunities. So being cognizant of that, I think is extremely important. Managers often hold out for candidates who check every box, but in an environment with more vacant positions than workers, teams that don't quickly add staff, they risk mounting workloads, declining employee morale, and stalled business growth. So what are the consequences? Consequences to this are heavier workloads, cause extremely valuable candidates to leave, higher recruitment costs as companies spend excessive amounts of time on recruitment, not just to Robert Half, but a lot of the time companies, they'll throw a lot of money at their internal talent acquisition department, which I'm not saying it's a permanent solution, but it's really difficult when you just add another person into the round of hiring to go ahead and vet candidates. Also, skilled candidates are going to the competition because those employers acted faster. Projects are even getting delayed or canceled due to the burdensome workloads and inadequate staffing. These are all issues that we're seeing with a lot of our clients. So here's some solutions. Some solutions: offering hybrid workload, increasing starting salaries, awarding employee bonuses, adding benefits and perks, widening candidate search geographically to add in some more filtered hybrid or remote candidate options. These are all trends that we're seeing right now for 2025 that's going to boost company hiring. 1 second, folks. I went backwards. All right. So as I mentioned, what Robert Half does, obviously we do project-based labor, contract to hire solutions, permanent hire. We also have managed solutions. So in a sense where you'd reach out to an MSP or a vendor to go ahead and initiate all of your deliverables, Robert Half can do that as well. When organizations are facing hiring challenges, skills gaps, and increasing project demand, you risk a lot of burnout among core staff and decline in productivity. So this is where Robert Half can step in, or you can go ahead and pitch this as a solution to your internal finance department. When people are more likely to change jobs, professionals are more hesitant to leave their current position right now than they were a few years ago. The career caution often stems from job satisfaction and a desire to keep flexible work arrangements with their current employers. So how do you entice passive candidates to apply for a job position? Put together a job posting that's difficult to ignore. One with a premium starting salary, flexible work, including remote and hybrid options and flexible schedules, and even career advancement potential. We all know these are going to be key selling points whenever we're interviewing talent to come work within our organization. Start putting it in your job description.
Hey, Amanda, just real quick,
Yeah.
you may have done it on purpose, but I think you skipped trend 4.
I might have done it on purpose.
Yeah, and if you did, that's fine.
Oh, training up. Hiring managers are upskilling staff and are bringing back retirees as part-time consultants. That's this entire one.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I want to get to the salaries.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. As more businesses adopt AI-based tools to increase efficiency and productivity, they also face skills gap within emerging technology on their teams. And this has driven demand for candidates with relevant AI experience. 54% of managers are currently changing job requirements for certain roles due to advancements in AI and automation. 37% are looking at hiring contract talent to assist with skill gaps. But expertise alone is not enough. We all know Indeed, LinkedIn. The primary basis of these platforms is AI, right? So adding your resume on any of these job boards, you're going to get these automated emails that go ahead and give you an alert. Hey, we think you'd be great for this position. Apply today. That is not a human being. That is a computer scanning a profile, a document, and saying that this would be a great match. There's a reason Robert Half is still in business, and it is because we have a staff of individuals that, in addition to utilizing AI, we actually have human beings reviewing, training the software, training the AI, saying why that candidate's not a good fit, why they are, and being the ones that actually reach out ourselves to clear a candidate on an opportunity prior to a hiring manager see it. But it's happening with a lot of different industries as well. I think it's just really important to stay on top of it, understand the benefits of AI, but also understand the power of having a strong team. Okay? So technology hiring trends. Technology hiring managers are looking for people experienced with AI-driven solutions, digital security, application development, and cloud technologies. These have been ongoing trends for the last 4 years. Most tech professionals expect starting salary increases, but organizations are trying to save pay hikes for highly skilled candidates who can best help meet core business needs. Skills gaps across tech companies and IT teams are really frustrating hiring managers right now, driving up salaries for critical positions. So upskilling staff and bringing in contract professionals helps address some of those skills deficits. Leaders who offer flexible work can often better attract new hires who have the experience that they need. So that's going to bring me into diving into skilled tech talent. Emerging technology is redefining the skills that managers need, but hiring experienced professionals at the pay level they expect is really difficult. Technology industry layoffs from early 2024 resulted in a bit more skilled talent looking for new jobs, but staffing challenges persist even today. Companies continue to compete with each other to find candidates that complete their teams, and this includes tech and non-tech companies. It's pretty much all businesses need tech talent. It's not industry agnostic. Everyone needs a tech department. So to hire faster and avoid overburdening core employees, 50% of technology managers say they'll relax candidate experience requirements. Emerging technology is redefining the skills that managers now look for. So on top of that list is AI proficiency for needs ranging from customer chatbots to predictive maintenance systems. 55% of tech leaders right now are recruiting for different skills due to advancements in AI and automation. Here are some of the few AI roles that we're seeing. All right. Machine learning engineer designs and builds machine learning modules that learn over time. Obviously, required skills include expertise with programming languages and building frameworks. AI ethicist guides the responsible development of AI technologies, implementing guardrails to promote ethical use of AI. AI product manager oversees the development of AI-enabled tools, ensuring alignment with business goals and user needs. But outside of AI considerations, professionals right now are focusing in cloud technology, migration, cybersecurity, application, and database development. Investing in and using cutting-edge technology can boost recruiting efforts as many professionals want to learn and work with the newest tools available. So that brings me to some fun numbers. We're talking about premium pay for in-demand talent. How do you set yourselves apart with your background, your skill set, your expertise, and how do we go ahead and negotiate that? Low employment and steady hiring allow high demand tech candidates to be selective about the jobs that they pursue, putting the pressure on managers to give compelling reasons to join their team. As a result, 45% of technology managers are increasing starting salaries for hard to staff roles and professionals with specialized skills, and 40% are adding new benefits and perks. These are some of the technology skills that hiring managers are willing to pay a premium for. Let's see if any of you identify. We have AI and machine learning, cybersecurity, cloud computing security and architecture, software and applications development. What are some of the tech skills that you guys are seeing have been the most difficult to either A, hire for, or find to join your team? And this is an open question for everyone. Dale, I know your answer.
Well, I'll say it since a lot of our fellow folks here online are in transition. So a lot of the folks online who I know a little bit about are in leadership positions. Some of them are in project management positions. I know our hot challenge at my current organization is analytics, specifically business intelligence developers who have skills with even some of the old school. It's funny that, you're displaying the new technology that we need, but, we also need some legacy technology, a la the old SQL Server integration systems. So SSIS, SSRS type things, but.
Yep. The trends are going to go in a direction, and you and I have had countless conversations about that. Finding someone who is a legacy SQL, SSIS, SSRS individual, they don't exist anymore because they've had to naturally adapt to the technology and innovation that has been happening over the years. So finding someone who leans more legacy than newer technologies and cloud-based technologies is really difficult to find. But that also means that these candidates are asking for a premium because they know the technology that they specialize in is dying.
Do you see any trends in the project management arena, Amanda?
Not right now. I'm not seeing anything groundbreaking. I think the SDLC is just always going to be a continuous circle anyway. So project versus product, I think there's a huge trend happening there. A lot of organizations are specializing more. And when you specialize, you have to hire more individuals for niche aspects of your organization. So candidates that are coming from industry-specific backgrounds are able to be more selective, like healthcare, for example. Finding an open project manager position with another healthcare company, you're going to be selected 9 out of 10 times over the next candidate because of that industry-specific experience. Utilize your resume and grow it out as actually a CV. A lot of detail, no formatting, no fluff. Allow the AI to see the industries that you work in, the technologies that you specialize in, the projects that you've been a part of, because that'll go ahead and give direct correlation into what an organization is dealing with. What we're seeing now is a lot of people are putting all of the newer technologies and not including everything. If you have XP experience, put XP experience. Because you never know. One company may have one system that needs it. Okay.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I'll let you get to the
My
numbers.
pleasure.
I'll let you get to the sexy part.
Yeah. Hey, it's all sexy. All right. Tech managers, skills gaps, upskilling employees, etc. Contract talent model. I'm not here to sell Robert Half to you guys. There will be a time and place for that, especially as you guys are learning the benefits of Robert Half to go ahead and utilize as a candidate pool or as a client pool in the near future. What we assist with right now, where we're seeing trends with our contract labor, is AI and machine learning, security and privacy, software and applications, data analytics, business intel and reporting. So if you're in between something and any of these data sets resonate with you, I would definitely recommend jumping into roberthalf.com, looking at the open opportunities that we're working with and going ahead and applying to roles. Our website almost acts as an Indeed and Career Builder itself, but it's backed up with our database of over 6 million candidates. So our database is massive. We have a great AI system. We're Salesforce's #2 client in the world. We can assist. In office, of course, no one wants to work in office anymore. It's really important that we're as flexible as we need to be. Leaders especially, what's really good about leaders having in-office comfortability is being able to communicate with your team, upskill directly, have an idea and a sense of reality when it comes to your tech environment, but be flexible with your team. So this right here is always my favorite portion of the salary guide. Every year when we release this, you can see the massive differences between in-demand jobs and industries that are hiring. So right now, based on firsthand knowledge of labor market conditions and trends, these are the most in-demand jobs in technology for 2025. Business analyst, cybersecurity engineer, data engineer, database administrator, ERP integration manager, network engineer, project manager, QA, and software. And the industries right now that are hiring the most: financial services, government, healthcare, manufacturing, professional services, and of course, technology. Skills and certifications. This right here just goes ahead and showcases how different these trends are. A lot of these are going to be software and applications side skewed positions. ERP, DBAs, data engineers, BAs, software engineers, but the skills and certifications are always going to lean more infrastructure and operations heavy. So Amazon Web Services, CISSPs, cybersecurity, cloud development, Azure, and AWS. Being able to upskill and get certifications while staying on top of, the software and application side of the house is going to make you valuable at all levels within an organization. Some key takeaways. Workers aren't moving around as much as they did. While this is good news for an employee retention standpoint, it definitely makes hiring more difficult as the client pool is not that deep. So employers will have to get more creative in recruiting, as well as offer 3 things workers want most: a competitive salary, flexible work options, career advancement, and potential. So it's never going to be a pick 2 type of scenario. If you want to make the best of hires, you have to be able to click all 3. And if you want to be the best hire, you have to be flexible and open and transparent with what your expectations are about the position. Benefits and perks are always evolving. I'll go ahead and give you a quick overview of that. So I wanted to go ahead and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. That's the quick PowerPoint that I have. I'm going to transition into the actual salary guide. That is going to be yours to access on October 7th, but I will leave you with the link to that website. So give me one. And as I'm getting that pulled up, data that I was able to present to you guys.
All fascinating stuff from my perspective. When you get into the
Groundbreaking.
yeah, exactly. When you get into the salary guide, it's also good to know, and I prefaced, you know, before this call when you and I chatted, that most of the folks on the line are down here in the Southeast, but we do have a few from up in the Northeast as well. So we have a pretty good diversity of population here, and you know, Chris for SIM MIT East, I'm happy to provide this the recording and the links, you know, afterwards if this would be something of value to you guys up north.
Well, valuable to all SIM members.
All SIM. Yep, absolutely.
Internationally.
SIM
because we're
members.
SIM International.
There you go.
Well, if you guys wanted to do a SIM International call with the same message, just let me know, and I can bring in some of my colleagues from different areas, DFW. I have the Northeast covered as well. Some of my mentors and business partners that I work with on a daily basis, I have no problem being able to bring someone in on a national call for you.
Yeah. Might be
All right.
to the East Coast.
What are you looking at right now? Just so I'm aware. Are you looking at the salary guide, or are you
Yeah,
looking at
yeah.
my email?
Looking at your browser, technology salaries.
Okay. Thank you. Give me 1 second. Let me make it bigger so everyone can see.
Very good.
Clear, good to go?
Yep, good.
Alrighty. So this is going to be the Robert Half salary guide. This is going to be an interactive website that has a myriad of information, and it can get overwhelming to go ahead and navigate. So the homepage goes ahead and gives you a big picture overview. So the beginning of the PowerPoint presentation has a lot of the information that we have here. Being able to find a job, being able to hire talent, the different lines of business that we focus in. So if we go ahead and drill down into the technology portion, that brings us back into this page. The technology portion goes ahead and showcases the categories of positions, as well as hiring trends and a salary calculator, which is what all of my clients want to see these days, is that salary calculator. That's the same intel if you go to Google right now and you say what to pay for a data analyst in Boca Raton, Florida. Glassdoor is going to spit out a number at you, right? Robert Half utilizes the intel that we've gathered from scanning internet websites, as well as the people that we have placed, to be able to prove that these are accurate salaries that people are really making, not just estimations or from candidates that they're just putting online. So driving down here, we have it broken out by category. This drop down allows you to go ahead and narrow down your department. If you're a department lead for IT ops and support, help desk and desktop support, you'd go ahead and click this page. And in the city, we go ahead and drill down with our geographical location. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. All I do is I hit view salaries, and it's going to give me salary ranges for every position that would report to me. So as we are going into budgeting season, as we are planning out what next year's project whiteboards look like, this is going to give you a range of salaries for each of the positions in your department. Now, these ranges seem pretty large. So let's dive into the difference between 20th or 25th, 50th, and 75th percentile. Your 25th percentile is going to be the bare minimum of these position responsibilities. This is going to be, if I were to create an AI version job description of a help desk position, what would it involve? You know, ticketing experience, Windows 10 experience, not even an Active Directory need, provisioning and deprovisioning accounts and connecting to a printer. Your salary range in Fort Lauderdale would be 44.5. But if this position does need hybrid responsibilities, white glove treatment, Active Directory, has been a part of a large scale migration, maybe has been a lead in a different organization, has networking capabilities, that range is going to go up higher. So I would always say, as an employee searching in this market, where do we want to position ourselves? And I think it just comes to being honest with your background. Do you have a hybrid capacity and a hybrid experience load? So operations manager, this is going to be someone who's more on the infrastructure, I&O side, systems network heavy. But have you also been a part of security requirements? I would say this is a great way to go ahead and position yourself. is in the range of 159 to 190, especially in Fort Lauderdale. This is a quick access point. So if I called on Dale right now, what position are you curious about?
Well, a lot of the folks on this call, like I said, are leaders. So I love that you up at the top had executive leadership. I don't know if that goes down to the director level, but I'd
It
be
does.
curious if that, or you know, or where the manager slash senior manager slash director, where that kind of starts. But
Yeah.
I guess your
And
answer.
the way that our salary guide is broken out is by the portion of IT, sorry. So your IT ops and support is going to have an IT manager, an ops manager listed in that one. Your security is going to have the CISO listed in that one. Your network is going to have an IT manager listed in that one. So each of the different sections within IT have their own leaders naturally listed there. So I think that's extremely important to notate as well. When we're thinking about executive leadership, that's going to be everyone from an IT director all the way to a CIO. And so if we're looking at this skill set, this is just the Fort Lauderdale area. You'll see right here, Fort Lauderdale is currently 10% higher than the national average, which is how we have to stay competitive. If a company is coming in at a salary range that is 10% lower, it's easy to go ahead and start negotiations there. Hey, listen, the number that you're telling me right now is not aligned with what the market is giving in the Fort Lauderdale area. That's more aligned with someone living in Gainesville, where, you know, cost of living is significantly lower. And that starts
And just for
the
giggles,
conversation. Go ahead, Joe.
I love how that says 10% higher than national average. Again, just for some of our friends up north, do you mind throwing in the city as New York?
I have no problem doing that.
That should present an interesting dichotomy.
36.5.
Higher than national average. Wow.
Higher than national average. And let me just do this.
But you haven't calculated in cost of living, Dale.
Yeah, no, I know. Absolutely. Although, how
So
is
historically,
COLA figured into your calculations, Amanda?
COLA?
Cost of living.
Oh, I'm like, I prefer Diet Coke.
Yeah.
So the cost of living isn't put into our calculations with Robert Half.
Okay.
This is real data from positions that we have placed and positions that have been posted on the job boards.
Right.
I mean, I think it's a natural alignment.
Yeah.
If I typed in San Francisco, the numbers would be very similar. I think historically they sit around 42.5% higher than the national average compared to, you know, an OKC area or a Jacksonville, Florida. I mean, Jacksonville is skyrocketing right now, so I apologize there, but compared to other areas. So Orlando, what I think is really important to note, has always been the national average.
Huh.
And we see it trending higher. We see more companies investing in the state of Florida and coming and moving into the Lake Nona Technology Center and everything, which is going to naturally drive this number up. But for the past 8 years, Orlando has been the national average in regards to salary expectations, which goes ahead and showcases to everyone on this call, if you're targeting different areas to apply for remote opportunities, look at the ones that have higher salary ranges and offer higher salary ranges for their headquarters. Make sense?
Sounds good.
All right. Anyone else want me to trial or error anything? Christopher, maybe?
Or Tim. Tim's in San Antonio.
Tim?
Hello from San Antonio. This has been
All right.
very helpful, especially the project management piece of it. Thank you for doing this.
Of course. So that is going to be up here in the salaries by category. This is a fun ticker for everyone to be able to play with at your own leisure. Let's say, for example, a friend of a friend is going into data warehousing, and they live in the Tampa area. As opposed to having to click through everything, we have the pretty screen that you're able to access down here. So let's just go ahead and type in data warehouse. And let's say Tampa, Florida, just for S&Gs. If I hit search salaries, look at this landing page that the company has created for every skill set. We have over 60 skill sets within IT. This gives you a synopsis point for you to go ahead and advocate either for yourself or for your friend or for your organization. Salary range in Tampa, 92 to 139 is the range. What the position does, almost as a quick synopsis of expectations of the role, types of duties that would be required out of the role, what the range, the skill set range is broken down into in the definitive portions of it, and where do you go from here as your own personal career development? Where do you see yourself in the next 5, 10, 15 years? And how does that salary translate? So this is a really good landing page for candidates and clients alike to utilize. Okay?
And Amanda, I know we're almost at time. Natalie had a quick question out there in the chat that said, I see product and project managers. Do you segregate program managers?
I do. Yeah, we segment everything. And it's all dependent on clients' needs and opportunities. I think it's really important to dive into the why of every position. What was your ROI? What was the company's pain point? Why were you brought in? What were you responsible for? What different departments did you have to interact with and report to? I think that it just breaks it down like that. If you spoke to any hiring manager, they would say that there's a clear distinction there. So I think it's really important as you're marketing yourself out to stand out from the rest of the crowd that you do that with your resume as well.
And I was going to say, if
you were a program manager, product manager, etc., go ahead and break that out with the definitive portions of it.
Okay. And on that one screen that you were on, you can search that specifically. So you could put program manager Fort Lauderdale and it would differentiate between a program and a project or a product.
Let me see if the salary guide does that.
Okay. And I was going to say, when you get to that highest level, if you
no, it doesn't.
Okay.
So we have IT project manager as the only touch point. And then that's where, and I'll reshare my screen really quick because I do know we are coming up on time, but that's where you'll go ahead and be able to break down the percentile differences. So are you a project manager with a PMP? Are you a product owner with a SaaS deliverable from, theory to execution? I think that's what's really important as well.
Okay.
And this would be the range for that. Candidate delivers above and beyond additional expectations, core responsibilities, etc.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, my direct answer to Natalie's question is kind of exactly that. As a guy who's, currently running a PMO, if I'm hiring for a project manager, I'm always targeting the 50th percentile. If I'm going program, that's obviously going to be somewhere between the 50th and the 75th. So, it all depends on, level that you're looking for, et cetera.
Of course. Well, listen, thank you for dealing with my technical issues. I appreciate it. I'll get out the link to you so that way, as soon as October 7th hits and it goes live, everyone that was on the call has the ability to access this.
Okay.
And if you would request any additional follow-up, just let me know, Dale, and I'm there for you. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, thank you again, Amanda. Any closing thoughts from anybody on the line? I know a couple folks had to drop, so we only got a couple folks left, but any final thoughts before we wrap up for today? And like I said, I'll share the recording, and then when this goes public, I'll share this with all of SIM.
Very valuable. I look forward to being able to access the information through the links. Thanks. Appreciate it, Amanda.
Absolutely. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Appreciate sharing that. Thanks, Dale, for coordinating.
No problem. Thank you guys as well.
Well, everyone in the Southeast, stay dry with the hurricane, stay safe, and thank you so much for your time.
I literally just got the message from my boss over here. We're calling tomorrow work from home day. So Yep, we will be
You're
remote.
better than me. I'm making my team come in.
I said it'll be a 7 a.m. call, but I told my team they could work from home.
Again, you're better than me.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks again, everyone. Have a great
All right.
afternoon.
See you later, AK.
Thank you. Bye.
See you. Bye.